I have to say this is part of the album process. There comes a time, this happened with Salt and Pepper, where all of a sudden I knew I had something really, really good. That was when I ended up making my song Yeshua, which really gave me the boost to finish up the rest of the album, and the pieces were amazing. But prior to that, I was just kind of feeling things around. I didn't have the momentum, especially in the beginning, when you're coming off of the last album, which was such a success. So tonight, I have taken the liberty of listening to everything I've done so far, and they're all ready for submission, by the way. They sound just amazing. And I'm very happy with it, and I'm having other friends listen to clips just to see what they might think. They're all enjoying what they're listening to, which tells me, like, when something is finished cooking in the oven, you know it's done. It's ready to be taken out of the oven, so that's where it's at right now. But what a beautiful gift. And also, I know that there are 5 more babies to be born. I think making music has really become such a journey. Yet I remember when I first decided that I was able to have a MacBook so I could have GarageBand and make the quote-unquote CDs that I did years ago. I still have some of those songs, by the way. I should probably play them for you just so you guys can hear how everything really has evolved. But when I had no idea at that time that I would become, that music, that I would develop my own traditions and my own systems. I never would have known that when you make an album, there comes a point where it's that magic moment where you are onto something really good. This is exactly what happened with Salt and Pepper. It's exactly what happened with Capricorn, with Empath. And so, making an album, the greatest thing about it is the birthing process. You get the idea to start, and it's really in the embryonic phase. There's nothing really developed. And then it grows, and it grows, and it grows. Now, I felt my baby kick. That's where I'm at right now. The baby is kicking. Hi guys, Cooking with Rocco. We are going to be making Assassin's Pasta. Not sure if you have heard of it. You probably have not. It's not the most mainstream dish here in the US, but I saw a couple of videos on YouTube from Pasta Queen and a couple of other really awesome virtual cooks. So I had to try it. It was amazing, so I figure I will share it with you. Just a warning, this is not a dish you're gonna wanna have every day. If anything, especially if you're watching your calories, you're gonna wanna have this at the most twice a month. The reason why it's called Assassin's Pasta is because you add black pepper if you want to, red pepper to make it very spicy. Personally, I don't, so you're not gonna see me adding pepper to this. Maybe a little bit of black pepper, but that's about it. The ingredients for this dish, you're gonna need olive oil, 2 tubes of tomato paste if you're doing it my way. You're gonna need passata, garlic, a pound of pasta, and that is pretty much it. The most important thing you will need for this dish is a cast iron 14-inch pan. If you don't have this, I would not recommend trying to make this recipe, or I would go out and buy one. You can get one for cheap right at Walmart, if you're in upstate New York. But in their camping section, you can get this for, I believe, $20, which is quite a steal. You're also going to need a pot to heat up the passata. You'll see what we're going to do with that. In here, you're going to add olive oil, a tube of tomato paste, and unchopped garlic cloves to infuse themselves in the olive oil, flavoring it, but that's okay. We put it in here. We're still going to get the garlic flavor. So what we're doing with this, we took the passata, we put it in a pot, and we added water because we want a broth. That's important because we're going to be pouring it over the pasta as it cooks. What I'm doing now is I'm infusing the oil with the tomato paste. What we're going to do is we're going to lay the entire pound of uncooked pasta right in the oil, and we're going to fry it. We're going to do this risotto style. We're just going to continue to take the broth and we're going to pour it over the pasta. You'll see what I mean. Spread this out as evenly as you can. It smells very good in here. This is heating up. That's important because you want to be able to pour the broth over the pasta as it cooks. We're going to leave this for just a bit because what we want to do is flip it. So you get a charred, so there's char. That's part of the appeal. The reason why you put the cloves of garlic in here unchopped is because if you chop them up and put them in here, they will burn because, of the amount of time that the garlic will have been in here and so forth. What you do is you put the cloves in here unchopped, leave it for a bit, and then you pull them out. And if you're like me, you'll actually eat them. They're delicious. What I also do is I take the paste and I scoop some of it on top just to kind of flavor it. Some people use actual sauce, other people use passata. For me, I like to just stick with the tomato paste because that's what really gives it, in my opinion, the freshest flavor. Or you can use both. You can use some sauce, you can use some paste, but the goal here is to literally cook it up. And when it is cooked, it's going to have all of that flavor just absorbed. It's so good. You can see here, it's getting hot. We're not going to actually start pouring this over until we flip the pasta over. I flipped it over and you can see the char in here, and unfortunately none of the other pasta has the char, but that's okay. And we're now ready to start pouring. Check this out. Watch this. We're going to want to get just a little bit in here, not too much. And I know the pieces of garlic are in there, but, that's fine. It's cooking right along. And you can see the pasta is starting to soften. This will be done when the pasta has the same cooked consistency that regular cooked pasta does. You can also see now why you need a 14-inch skillet, not a skillet, a pan, because it's just, you need that size. We don't want to break the pasta up. That's a cardinal sin in Italian cooking. But anyway, I try not to do that. And when do you put another scoop in here? When all of this has evaporated or absorbed into the pasta. See, look at the char. Look at how it's cooking right up. And based on what you can see, I'm sure you can imagine why you do not want to have this more than twice a month. sake of tradition, I added black pepper to this just to give it a little bit of spice. If you really wanted to do this the traditional way, you would add some actual red pepper in here, as well as the black. I flipped this again, and look, more char. That's great. When I first saw the video of this, and I really don't remember who it was, I was so intoxicated with it, I had to try it, and I just got really hooked. That's why I warn anybody, when you do this, be careful because you're going to want to keep eating it. I will say also, never ever wear white if you're making this, because between the oil and between the sauce, it's going to end up all over the place unless you are really just very careful. And me, I'm a bull in a china shop, so forget that. So I'm wearing howdy. As you can see, the pasta is becoming softer. Eventually, well, probably within about 5 minutes, this is going to look like regular cooked pasta. If you've never seen this before, this might seem really wild. I know for me, I was like, what the heck? And then I just had to try it. Just because it was so, like, it looked almost bizarre. If you want to add mushrooms, if you want to add meat, you certainly can. It's really however you want to do it. It's a very versatile dish. What I did now, I poured the rest of the passata in here, and I'm just going to let it cook all the way down. And by the time it does, it'll pretty much be done. I'm just going to add the tomato paste in there, another whole two, because that's really what gives it that really intense tomato flavor. I mean, it's, you know, as Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City would say, it will have the zazazoo. So now that the pasta is softening up, now I'm using the grandma spoon. Let's add this in. Just cook it for a few more minutes for two reasons. You want to make sure that the pasta is cooked all the way through, obviously. And the second is that once you add the paste in, you want to cook the paste, and that's cooking it for at least a few minutes affords you the opportunity to do that. The only reason why I'm making this today is because I did work out on the mat for 90 minutes at least, so I can afford it. If this was a sedentary day, I'd be having a hummus wrap. Here we go. It smells really good. The weekend has officially started. A couple of things are going to be going on. I'm on my way to get my next tattoo, which is actually going to be an extension of my arm sleeve. On this side, as you guys may have noticed, you've got the violet and indigo. Well, we're going to add the blue. So that'll be good. And I'm here at... I'm grabbing some coffee for Matt, my buddy. And yeah, then after that, it's going to be just home and chilling for the night. And tomorrow morning, getting a beard trim. I'm not going to get this shorter. I'm just going to have the sides tightened up. And then I teach my classes. And then after that, the babe and I are going to have a grand old time. I have no clue what we're going to be doing, but we'll be in for some fun. Then Sunday... I'm meeting with my buddy, Little Steve, as I like to call him. He's my yoga buddy. He is going to help me shoot a promo for the house party that I'm going to be playing my music at in September. So that'll be fun. Okay, time to grab some coffee. Time to be a buddy. bumper sticker. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's get this party started. Hey, Matt, is this gonna hurt?
Just a little bit.
Okay, gulp. I survived. I'm gonna show you guys when I get home because what got tattooed is covered up by this sleeve, but you can see there's some plastic wrap. So wasn't that painful. I guess the bicep really isn't a super sensitive area. Okay, I'm on my way home. As always, he did an amazing job. Matt Demirs, Full Effect Tattoo. Morning guys, Saturday. Plan today is to teach my classes. Hey, on my way. Both yoga classes are done. The first class went really well. There were two. Everybody, did some great vinyasa flows, and the noon class, that was restful and restorative. Woodstock, here we come. Time to eat. Menu item decided, huevos rancheros. I'm so proud of myself I didn't overeat. Well, this was a really fun trip. I walked out of Woodstock with a rose quartz, a clear quartz, 2 other crystals, and we had a really nice lunch, as you guys saw. My first time trying huevos rancheros, they were amazing. And now we're gonna continue along. One thing I needed to be careful of is that because I just got this tattoo, direct exposure to sunlight isn't that great of a thing, because if you happen to get a sunburn, it's not good for the tattoo. So I would have worn a tank top or something sleeveless. I purposefully didn't for that reason, but this sleeve doesn't cover up the full tattoo. So I was kind of pulling it over here and there, but I think I'm gonna be fine. Hello guys, what I want to share with you is a book that has really been very beneficial. Mudras, Yoga in Your Hands, a simple technique to achieve lasting health, happiness, and inner peace by Gertrude Hershey. That may be how you pronounce it. So what is a mudra? I've mentioned mudras before in my meditation videos, and that is a gesture you make with your hands that has spiritual benefits, physical benefits. This book lists numerous ones. I want to share with you one of the ones that I love doing. It's connecting the thumb and the ring finger. And essentially, it's also known as the Earth Mudra. So I'm going to read to you what is in here and, describe the benefits of this particular mudra. So, this mudra can eliminate an energy deficit in the root chakra. What is the root chakra? Base of the spine, red. The bottom chakra. Whether or not you feel physiologically or physically strong and vital is largely dependent upon this energy. The finger position also intensifies the sense of smell and is good for nails, skin, hair, and bones. So what this basically does is it helps you to feel more physically grounded. It mentions smell, right? So each of the chakras, it's associated with a sense. The red chakra is associated with smell. Red chakra has to do with fight or flight and fear. You can smell danger, right? That's, people have said that, it's a general statement, but, that's an example of how that can work. The orange chakra, that's the creativity chakra, the sexual chakra. Taste is that sense. The third eye, eyesight. Not to go off in a tangent about the different senses with the different chakras, but this itself helps to stimulate the root chakra. So keep in mind, if you're feeling frightened, if you're feeling worried, if you feel like you might about to be having a panic attack, connecting these fingers and resting them on the, I know you can't see my legs, but just imagine that my hands are resting on my knees, keeping the palms up, the fingers up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. That's something that can give you a sense of grounding. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and I'll have more information on other mudras for you. So thanks. Album update. I have decided that I'm only going to do 13 tracks as opposed to 15. The reason why is because I feel the creative energy, the creative surge starting to wane. I feel like it's, I'm not feeling the creative juices as much, and I feel like I've already given birth to the album. I finished the final track, what is now the final track. I decided to call it Suptail, which is a drink I invented with flavored seltzer, cranberry juice, and lemons. I may have even made that, but that'll make a really cool music video. So what the next step is going to be is, now that I have these 13 tracks, I've listened to all of them. I think they're all great, and I think they're all ready. So I have put all 13 in my Google Drive in one folder entitled Wings. That is the title of the album, and I shared it with the guy who's going to be mastering all of it. There is one snafu though. He needs WAV files. Unfortunately, 2 of the files disappeared from my Logic program, so I cannot access them. Pegasus and Scrolling 26. Don't understand how or why that happened, but they're gone. The only thing that I have are the MP4s. So hopefully he can work with them. If he cannot, then unfortunately, it means that either Mixia is going to have to remaster all of it so they all sound the same, or I'm going to have 11 tracks that are going to be mastered and 2 which are going to be unmastered, because I can't just when you're submitting a whole album, you can't just master some. You have to either do all or you have to do none. So if those MP3s can't be mastered, then I'm going to be left with that conundrum. We'll see what happens, though. One way or the other, I think it's fine. I might just go ahead and just leave the 2 unmastered. Maybe nobody will notice. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Hello folks, I wanted to share with you some samples of the final 3 tracks of the album. The first I'm going to share is a remix of my tune Jupiter from the Capricorn album. Next is a tune that I've chosen to call Nostradamus. The final track, track number 13, is what I've chosen to call Suptail, named after a drink that I've made. Okay, I'm happy to say that the mastered tracks all came back, so I have just submitted them to DistroKid, and that's it. We're done. All we have to do now is just let everyone know through social media that the release date is coming up, and just to promote it and encourage people to pre-save. So feel free to go on Spotify and pre-save Rocco Gibson's Wings.